Welcome to your Daily Revolution podcast. Today's topic, burn your boats. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Let's go! This is your daily revolution. Live in prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint.
Great to be with you guys here in Utah. Still on vacation, just got done at the gym. And I wanted to share something with you that is near and dear to my heart. But before I dive into this topic of burning your boats and what that means specifically to you, my request of you is this. If the podcast makes a difference for you, will you share it with somebody? Tweet it, post it, share it on social media, send it to someone, especially if you get this, what I call a prompting, right? If someone comes to your mind and you're like, this podcast can make a difference for them, my request of you is that you send it to them. My whole mission is to coach, to build, and to liberate leaders, right? Those who feel called to be a lighthouse, to be a watchman on the tower, to shine light and to impact and inspire and influence other people. So if you feel that, share it with somebody. I appreciate that. And also, if you get a chance, go leave a review. It definitely helps us inside of the ratings to get more people to become aware of this movement, what we call the prosperity revolution. All right, let's dive into burn your boat. So in 2011, over 10 years ago, I was broke, financially broke. We had lost everything in the crash of 2008. We had made incredible money, had an incredible lifestyle, and kicked out of our home, right? All the properties foreclosed. I didn't even try to short sell. I was so shell-shocked. And our cars got repoed, and I was just not prepared for what was happening. And a few years go by and I'm just struggling and I'm stagnant. Have you ever felt that way before, where you feel like nothing that you do is making a difference? And I was going to church and I put a smile on my face and I was raising my kids, but I just was struggling. Like I had zero confidence. I started to believe that maybe my best days are behind me. Maybe this is as good as it's supposed to get. Maybe I'm just supposed to be grateful for life and just be humble and be spiritual, and who cares if I'm broke? Because it doesn't matter, right? All that kind of nonsense talk. 2011, a good friend of mine by the name of C-Ball, I call him, he recruits me to go knock doors, door to door. And long story short, I decided to go do this thing with the help of my beautiful goddess. She looks at me, puts her hand on my back, and she's like, baby, you can do this. She's like, love, you can do this. And for some of you listening right now, you're going to have someone, like, when you don't believe in yourself, you're going to need someone there who believes in you more than you believe in yourself. And I needed that jump start. I needed that catalyst because I couldn't see it in myself. So I'm getting ready to go knock doors in South Carolina, Greenville, and we're packing up. It's April of 2011. I'm nervous. I'm afraid. And I remember hearing this story of a man by the name of Cortez. I believe it was in the 1500s. He set sail and he's supposed to come conquer the new world. Right? That's what they did back then. Let's see who can conquer and go build their empire and spread the kingdom. And he arrives in the new world with about 600 men. Now imagine, right? Back then, there's no planes. There's no ships and fast cruise liners. They're on a boat probably for months. And when they land, they unload the boats and they are there to conquer. And they have one mission, which is to take over this land and become the rulers and the leaders of this new world. And once they unload the boats and kind of prepare, he has some of his men burn their own boats. Now imagine if you're there and you see your only mode of transportation go up in flames. Story is that some of the men begin to freak out. Like, what? Hey, man, the enemy knows we're here. We're under attack. And Cortez just looks at them and says, no, I burned the boats. And his men are in disgust and they're in horror. They're like, why? And he looks at them and says, because there's no going back. There's no going back. We either conquer or we die. And if you want to go back, we are going to conquer and we will take our enemies' boats and go back on their boats. Now, what does this mean to you? You see, in your life right now, no matter where you are and no matter how good life is. And I believe many of you are very blessed. You've worked hard. You're very fortunate. You've done really well for yourselves. And some of you right now may be in a position where you are struggling and you're trying to figure life out and you're trying to figure out the next chapter, a transition after a divorce. Maybe you're done with high school or college, or you're just trying to get out of a job that you hate. Wherever you are, there comes a point in your life, at least once, where if you will go all in. Now, being all in means you know what you want and you've got some preparation and you've got some skills and like you're really going to go do this thing. At least once in your life, you're going to have to burn your boats. You're going to have to go all in. And meaning like, don't leave a boat in the harbor. Don't leave a back door. Don't leave 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, go all in. Because you'll never know what could be possible until you burn the boats. 2011, let's go back to my story now. When I flew to South Carolina, I looked at my beautiful wife. I had this huge red suitcase and I put everything in there because they weren't going to come out for about 6 to 8 weeks. They were going to finish up, pack up the house, put everything in storage. We were renting a little townhome at the time. We'd lost our homes. And I looked at my beautiful wife and I said, hey, there's no coming back. I will not quit. I will not come home. I will go figure this out. Now, I knew that I could do the job because I saw someone sell. I drove to Idaho like a few weeks earlier just to make sure. I was like, let me see if I could really do this. And I saw him do a sell. I'm like, okay, I could do this. It's going to take study. It's going to take practice, and I'm going to have to go all in. And I went all in, and I burned the boats. I said, I'm not doing anything else. This is my job. This is my career. This is my profession. I'm going to do this. When we had a 5-year plan, let's go get this. I flew to South Carolina, and the rest is history. I was a man on a mission. You could not stop me because there was no other way to make money, because there was nothing else in my life except God, my wife and my sons, and the job. And the job became the highest priority. I woke up at 6 a.m. I studied for 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours every single day. I was ruthless in my preparations. I was practicing, training, and rehearsing over and over and over. Why? Because I knew what I wanted and I knew what was required, and the boats were burned. There was no going back. I'm never going back to real estate, at least not then. I'm not going back to mortgages. I'm not doing the internet marketing. I'm not even going to try to go be a speaker on a stage or a coach. I'm going to go dominate this thing, and I'm all in. What would happen in your life if you were to go all in? What would be possible if you were to burn the boats? Now, look, some people are like, oh, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Well, of course you got to unload the boats. Of course you got to put your plan together. Of course you got to understand the land and survey, right, the geography, and understand like the competition or the enemy or your opponent. But most importantly, you got to make a decision. I'm all in, and I'm not going back. I'm not going to go back to mediocrity. I'm not going to go back to misery. I'm not going to go back to being average. Now let's take a look across the board. Physicality. What if you just went all in on your body and your health and your fitness for 1 year? Like, what if you did it for 1 year? I'm going all in on my body and my health and my sleep and my nutrition and my hydration. Spiritually, have you ever just like, I want to develop spiritual power and I'm going to do whatever it takes and I'm going to burn the boats and I'm going to go all in? I have a tremendous love and a deep abiding faith in God, in Jesus, the power of prayer and energy and vibration and frequency and meditation and faith. Relationally, I'm all in on my wife and my sons. I'm all in on my family, and I'm building something for our future, but more importantly, being present for them right here, right now. And of course, financially, I'm all in on my business. I am all in. I'm all in, there's no going back. Now, occasionally I might see a shiny object to the left, a shiny object to the right. Oh, shiny object. It's easy with the internet. Like, oh my gosh, look at that. Well, what if I did real estate? Well, what if I did that? No, I'm all in. Single focus. I'm going to go master my craft. I want to be the best at who I am and the best at what I do because I burned the boats. There's no going back. There's no going back. And the only way to go back is to go back successful after having won and conquered whatever it is that's right in front of you. So here's my invitation to you. Pick something in your life where you're like, I've been average in this and I'm going to burn my boats. I'm going to go all in because I'm telling you right now, I just posted this on Instagram at least once in your life. If you would just burn your boats and if you would just go all in, you would be amazed at what could happen because your life would change forever. You ever seen the movie Sandlot? Forever. All right, guys, have an amazing day. I appreciate listening to this. And look, if you find the podcast helpful, if you've seen something here that's making a difference for you, I invite you to join us in the Champions Huddle. Champions Huddle, Huddle, championshuddle.com. championshuddle.com. That's our weekly coach. And I go live with our clients and we dive deep in helping you to become the greatest version of yourself, mastering mindsets and skill sets, collecting and understanding how to utilize tool sets so you can build an amazing life right here, right now, as well as for your future. championshuddle.com. Check that out. Thank you for listening and I will see you tomorrow. Love you. I'm out.
Let's go! This is your daily revolution. Living prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint. This is your daily revolution. You already know. And if you don't, then check my resume. Turning pressure into possibilities every day. We all can win and live our unique purpose. We change our mindsets and put the work in. This is your daily revolution. Daily revolution. Revolution. Your daily revolution podcast.